G'day guys, Dom here, and welcome to this week's Friday knife drop. So this week I did get one knife done, but that's about it. Most of this week was basically getting stock done for heat treat and getting stuff done for the next few weeks worth of work after the knife show. For those that don't know, there's a knife show on this weekend, and I figured I'd just run through all the knives that I bring to the show and get you an idea of what I'm taking to the knife show. This is probably the least amount of knives I've ever taken to a knife show. I've only got 11 knives here available, but that's a good thing because essentially all the knife show stock that I built over the last month has been sold out over the last 2 weeks. So at the moment, I've basically made my money and there's no pressure for me at the knife show, which is really, really nice. That might mean I might do a bit more filming because I'm not hugely fussed if I don't sell anything this weekend. Anyway, so we'll run through it, I'll show you the knives and I'll show you what I'm bringing and we'll just check them out a little bit. So this is the knife that I finished up this week. It is one of my Primus knives with a slightly thinner blade. This one's sitting at around, I think 150 thousandths, where they're typically around 200, so 25% thinner. And hollow grind CP154 blade, and a very nice hollow grind on this thing, just so it's a nice slicer, and it gives you that really angular look from the hollow grind. And on this one, I went a little bit nuts with the faceting, so I faceted the spine at about 90 degrees, which is a really, really nice feature. It's still comfortable, it's still like a nice knife to use, but it's just that nice little detail with a faceted spine that just looks oh so sexy. I also added some swedges at the tip, some very nice subtle swedges on either side, and that nice elongated opening hole, which I've been doing more and more of recently. The liners on this thing are all sandblasted, as well as all the hardware on the clip. And I've started marking the serial number on the clips for these things. I don't know, I might go back to doing it on the blade, might do it on the clip. The advantage of doing it on the clip is that if I stuff up, it's a lot easier to fix. I can just basically sand it back and re-sandblast it instead of, completely refinishing a blade. And I really like that satin engraving on the clip. So I left a satin pivot, which kind of ties in with that nice silver on the clip. And I love doing satin pivots and brushing them because it gives you that kind of industrial looking pivot, which I absolutely adore sometimes. If you look on the spine, we've got a blue G10 backspacer, which has got filed in jimping. That's entirely decorative. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but it looks really, really cool. And it's just another little feature. And internally, don't know if you're able to see it, but I've added some notches in there just because I know it's just a big lump of blue that I wanted to break up a little bit visually. And on the inside, don't know if you can see, but I used my engraving machine. I engraved Primus on the backspacer itself, which you got to kind of get a torch in there to see it, but it's a nice little Easter egg, If you want to see a better picture of that, it is on Instagram. So yeah, nice little action on this guy. It's this knife very nearly landed in the bin. I kind of stuffed some things up, but luckily I could fix it and save it, and now it's actually probably one of the best, strongest locks I've ever done in a folder, which is really nice. So we're bringing that guy to the knife show this weekend. Okay, so this weekend I'll be bringing 6 of the collab pens, which I put aside especially for the knife show. I'll be bringing 2 of these things, the other one's just getting a sheath made for it right now. I'll be bringing my a single sliver. This one is in Takaful steel. I showed this in a video before with a laminated G10 backspacer. I'll be bringing 2 folders. So this is the Primus from 2018. Nice chunky blade on there, anodized blue titanium and clip. I'm bringing this guy, which I just showed you. I'll be bringing these 2. So these are my 2 Quakens. One in Acid Stonewash finish and one in satin, which is oh so sexy. No shears on these guys because I didn't, organize that. What else? I'm bringing this guy as well, which is a custom from 2018 as well, with some gorgeous stabilized wood inlays and that really sexy graffiti texture on the back, which is just kind of different and cool. I'm also bringing this Shrapnel Custom, which is going to be coming with a leather sheath made by Wildfire Gear. Just a nice little combo there. A Kumu, which I've also showed you before. I've got to clean up those pins. And a Brute, which I've also showed you before. As well as these 2. So these are knives from a video I did a while back. I figured since I'm low in stock, I'll just knock the edges off these things and make pendants out of them for the knife show. So I'll have 2 of these as well. It's just a random little thing to kind of fill out the table because there's not a whole lot there. Also, you're bringing a bunch of the titanium beads. There is a single one of the regular size, and the rest are all the jumbo size. So I'll be running these as well. These and everything else on my table will be at a discount. I always run discounts at shows. The cheapest way usually to get one of a product is through a knife show, just to, you know, kind of say thanks to the people that come to knife shows. As well as this thing, which is going to be having a whole bunch of beads. It'll be $10 a piece at the show, as well as, you know, discounts if you buy multiple and all that. So you're bringing a bunch of these as well. So that's kind of my lineup for the table right now. All right, so that's the knives, guys. If you can make it to the knife show, I highly recommend it. It's definitely not as big as Sydney or Brisbane, but it's a lot more of a relaxed atmosphere, not as crazy. Those other big shows, I mean, they're just balls to the wall fucking nuts. So yeah, you can come to the knife show, highly recommend it, and thanks for watching the videos, and I'll see you in the next one.